Thank you for coming back to Polka Dot Mailbox, and if you're new, welcome. I'm going to make a envelope today with the 1, 2, 3 punch board, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So I start off with my item that I want to put in the envelope, and then I measure it against my cutting board. These are the only supplies that you should need: some adhesive, these cutting boards, and the punch board. I also like to use these I got from the dollar store. They're Velcro buttons. Basically, there's a male and female side, and that makes good for closures. So the package I want to have in the envelope is 4 by 7. So I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger than that, even though they often say, you know, the card size in here is 4 by 7. Because there's some dimension to it, I like to allow a little bit more room. So you just go to the card size list and you find where it is. Here's 4.5 by 7.5. That means that the paper size that I need is 9 3/4, and the punch guide that I need to punch at is 3 7/8. So it's as simple as that, and this is a handy little part that you pull out. So the first thing I need to do is choose my paper that I'm going to make the envelope with. So this paper it is. 9 3/4. Look closer here. There we go. 9 3/4. That's the line we need right there. And you're just making it square, so it's 9 3/4 both ways. I wouldn't usually do it this awkwardly, but I'm trying not to get in the way of the camera for you. Okay, so you're done with your paper trimmer. And now you just come over to your punch board, and because you've looked up the dimensions, you just line it up so the punch guide is 3 7/8. So let's find the 7/8 is right there. I find these blue numbers really hard to read, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a picture with my phone and enlarge it. Okay, so you're just going to line that up there, and you're going to go straight down this A side. And then you're going to line up this line with this guide right there. And you're going to punch. Make sure that punched well. You're going to go down. And you're going to line it up again. And you'll see that it lines up here again with the same, should be 3 7/8, I think. When you line that up, it's the same as the 3 7/8 on this way. There we go. Punch. And then you just come in and round the corners to finish off your edges. There we go. And you've got the base of your envelope. So you choose which way you would like the paper to go. And I think I'll use it this way, even though I love this paper so much, this pattern of it. I'm going to actually use it this way. So you can decide if you want the folds to have the bottom hidden and then the sides go in. So I'm going to use it this way because that's the way I think that she would like to open the gift, although it could be either way, really. It could go like this as well. So you can see you have lots of room, and then you just use one of these on each part. So what I like to do is I like to line up. So I'll put the one side there, and then I'll stick this here, and it's ready to adhere. I'm going to first adhere the edges. With a nice tape. You could use any number of adhesives with this one. I find works well. The adhesive will be covered there. I'm trying to do this quickly and it's not working. There we go. There. And then when you close this down, so the sticky side is there, when you push it down, it just sticks naturally directly to the spot, and then you can open it up and put in your gift. So you can see I've left quite a lot of room all the way around. Wasn't necessarily needed, but then I have room to move, and it's not like tough to get in and out, and it doesn't damage the product. So that's how I make my envelopes. So I went to put this in my mailbox that I had designed, and it was too big. So I thought, well, what would happen if I did it a little bit smaller, because it might still fit well. So I did the same technique, and I used the measurements for an actual, when I measured this out, it was 4 by 7. And when I created the card with a 9.5 by 9.5 piece of paper, and I punched it 3.5, it actually created this card. But this card is even bigger than the 4 by 7. You can see it's actually more like 8 by, let's look. So it is, measures out at, yeah, just over 8 by 4.5. So they actually, when you say you want this size, they actually already allow for some movement. So that's really good to discover. I kept making it one size up, and on little projects it didn't matter as much, but when it was big like this, then it did matter. And because it doesn't have a lot of bulk to it, some of the other things that I was making had lots of bulk, and I wanted lots of extra room on the sides, but this already accounts for that. So now you can see that that this is a cute envelope that that saves this much space here on the sides. So that's good. Okay, just wanted to show you that. So you can do it either way. If you have a big bulky project and you want to leave lots of room, you can measure it one size up, but they already account for some leeway. So if you want to just actually pick the size of the card that you're using, you can go ahead and do it like that.